Hello, I'm here with Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown. Now, so far you've had a cracking start to the season. Is there confidence in the camp for today's meeting?
I think so, yeah. Yeah, it seems to be going well in practice, but I think everybody is. It's a very fast track, it's a good track. And you just have to put your best in and just see how we go.
This track hasn't been used for a little while. Have you actually raced on this one before?
Yes, quite a while ago. We did alright till we got to the final and it cut out on the final, so but we aren't going to let that bother us.
No, hopefully you have better luck today. Now, through going to some of the meetings this year, I've noticed in the right-handers, to me, it's a little bit scary this year because everyone seems that little bit extra mean. Do you think that everyone's going to have their mean heads on today?
I think so, yeah. Everybody's just done that a little bit more and we've all got a little bit faster and we've all done little bits of extra things and got faster and faster, and you can sort of pick out who's going to be in the final today, but you've got to have a certain amount of luck, which we usually have a lot of luck, but it's usually all bad.
That's not a good thing. How does it feel knowing your son's out there with you? Is there a lot of rivalry at home? Do you like mock each other about it?
No, none at all.
No?
No, I give him as much help as I can.
Oh,
he helps me, I help him, so there's no problems.
And how do you find it, Liam, hanging on to this bike? Because I don't think I'd be able to do it. I don't think many others would either.
This one's a lot easier than the old one. I feel more comfy on this one, so it's all good.
And just quickly, who's the hairdresser?
Rod's wife.
Yeah, and where's yours, Rod?
Mine's, well, this is it. This is as much as I do. This is me.
Well, good luck for today. Hope all goes well for you, and hopefully that luck will be good.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Cheers.
I'm here with Richard Hall. Richard, it's nice to see you at an English meeting. Does it make a change?
Yeah, it does make a change. Obviously, it's been a while. I'm looking forward to it, really.
Yeah. And talk us through quickly how you've been doing with the long tracks so far this year. I saw you at a couple of them. But
yeah, I've had a couple of good meetings. I've had a couple of bad meetings. Just trying to pick it up a little bit and just enjoy it.
Well, we read your article in the Speedo Star. You know, it's everyone's to win, isn't it? So you've got to go for it. Back to today's meeting then. How's things feeling out there? Obviously they're prepping the track at the moment.
Yeah, the track's feeling good, the bike's feeling good. I really look for it. It's been nice to win a gold medal for once.
And so out of the boys today, you've raced against a lot of them like regularly aboard, like Glen and Andrew, but some of the other ones you haven't probably met for a little while, is there?
No, I haven't raced against most of them, but obviously Andrew's on fire again at the moment and Glen's doing well, so it's going to be a tough day. I'm just going to see how it goes.
Yeah. Is there any underdogs you think out there that you've got your eye on?
Yeah, it's quite a few. Obviously everybody's up for the meeting, so keep the points and get to the final.
Well, good luck. Hopefully all will go well for you today.
Thank you.
And yeah, it's nice to see you at an English meeting. We've got some nice local fans. Thank you.
Cheers.
Okay, right. The 6 sidecars and the 8 solos from the solo and sidecar final will proceed to the pit box after the completion of their final, where the machines will stay for the 30 minutes after the finish of the race time. Engines, carbs and silencers may be checked for compliance today, so make sure you've got correct carbs, correct silencers and correct engines. And just one other thing, this event today is held under an ACU permit, which means it runs under ACU guidelines. Can you please keep within the confines of the circuit? FIM rules, which allow you to put your front wheel over the inside line, do not apply for this event. Thank you, that's enough from me. I hope you have a great day's racing. Ride safe, ride good. And is there anybody got any questions for me?
No, you've got to give them away,
Number 1, he said, start with number 1. Yeah, mate.
So that's first to go this afternoon. We've given the handshake and a couple of wine as a memento. We start, of course, with number 1. Great chance and draw for round number 1,
Mate, hold it off a bit.
Well, I didn't think I have to remind you, but everything what I want to hear is who your favourite is to go through the line. So the bigger this year, the more chance I think they've got to possibly win. Race number 2, spectacular one. Brilliant advance number 2 is Blue.
Not straight, Brian, isn't it? Flat, isn't it?
Race number 4, and I'm sure we're going to put me here, we've called him down as one of the favourites. He's already qualified for the European final in 2 weeks' time. He's, of course, last year's Race Masters champion, Andrew Appleton. is Mark Baseby. Riding number 7, a rider that always puts up a great show, it is of course Hogan. Rider number 9, a lot of experience behind this rider, he's now turned his hand to Rogie as well, it is of course number 9, Mitch. Rider number 11, and I'm so pleased to see this rider back fully fit again. A horrendous accident in the 2010 Masters. I should remind you of that, Paul, of course. It is fantastic to see you here again. Number 11 is Paul Cooper. Rider number 6, and I'm pick number 26, I just said, pleased to get himself a ride this afternoon. That's James Clearbold. Remind you, he's taking a ride on Brett Mills. Rider number 14, and quietly in the shadows last night, people were tipping this man that is coming today. He's been putting into great performances just lately. It's Rodney McDonald. Number 19, a great campaigner, and it's good to see still riding. Number 19 is David. Number 30, I'm very pleased to see him. There's a lot of riding out on the continent. As the mechanic said to me this morning, they've got 2 meetings in less than a fortnight in this country. Fantastic to see number 30, Winterton. I think they've got a little bit out of line here, but I think that's number 12 who's next. So to move along the line, number 12 is Daniel Winterton. Number 24, he's another reserve that had that trip down the corner, but now pleased I'm sure he's got a ride this afternoon. Number 24 is Adam Filmer. Another one of the reserves, and first to come in when there's a rider missing, that is number 41, Stuart Mears. Number 42, and another one that I'm sure if we had a bookie here would put him down as one of the favourites. He's got a lot of results behind him already. It's number 42, Glen Phillips. Rider number 54 is Simon Phillips. Rider number 71, is he going to be the surprise package this afternoon? The very, very quick James Rodgers. And next to Jamie, it's great to see the return of number 81, Lewis Denham. Next to Lewis, we've got number 87, that's Neal. Along with the exciting youngsters, number 25, Charlie Saunders. 111, Dyford Evans. Now is this youngster going to compete this afternoon? Number 117, great to see him in the Masters, Josh Dingle. And last but by no means least, we've got right on the end number 200, that's Scott Creswell. Paul Johnson and Gareth Bemister.
Alan, 2 for the Sidecars. That's what I thought. Yeah, they're all going to score again. 2 for the This is one left.
Okay, number 16, I was watching this all with interest. Number 16 is Simon Hill and Terry Madley.
How many's cheering?
Outfit number 24, and I'm sure there's quite a few who are out there tipping this man in the world. He's been to this circuit many times. Number 24 is Rod Winterburn and Terry Saunters. Well, many of these sidecar crews, of course, have had the British Masters before, and one of those is outfit number 25 that's throwing back on a car view. Great to see this next crew in the Masters, all the way from down there out to the Cornish crew in the Scotland Pass. Great representation for Paul once again. We've got number 3, Andy Appleton and James Schofield. Well, now then to move on to the next crew, and what can I say about it? Number 37. Masters winners in 2010. Masters winners in 2009. Can they make it 303? Not putting any extra pressure on, of course it is. The reigning Masters champion, Mark Cossar and Colin. Well, I mentioned Mark Cossar had a chance of winning it 3 times in a row, and so many times before. Hogan is number 2. It is, of course, Steve Smith and Dave Hogan.
All right, Steve. Have a good day.
Shaun, obviously, you're watching back really closely. Very, very quick indeed. Strong contender on Shaun, number 48. Rod Winterburn and Neal.
Yes, me that last time. Last year.
Not to be outdone by father, of course, it is outfit number 49, getting quicker and quicker all the time. Gareth and Winterburn. I'm tempted to say that I couldn't have expected these guys to be all in order, could I? Number 12, the outfit next, is of course Neal Owen and Rickards. Number 57, Blackbourn and Broomfield. More of that representation for Cornwall is number 16, Richard Thomas and Jason Barry. And whilst I mentioned we've got a lot of previous winners of the Masters in this lineup, another one of those is of course number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. Will it be this outfit's turn this year? Number 92, from Whiteland, Alan Elliott.
Put the label up,
Well, after Paul Whiteland, we've got outfit number 184, one of the reserves, anxiously sitting there in the pit box waiting for a place to get into the Masters once again. It is, of course, John Hiscock and Campbell. Getting to the end of the lineup now, we move to number 306. That, of course, is Mark Warren and Bradley Steer. And finally, our second reserve, that's number 991, Trevor Colin and Andy Colin. So that completes the official introductions of all of our competitors this afternoon. I think you've now had a chance to think about it. You've picked up who's going well in practice, who looks quick, who's got the machinery, who's got their mind in the right position. It now remains for us to say thanks very much, guys. Make your way back to the pitch because we will be into race 1 as quickly as we can get things organised. That's your lineup for the 2011 British Masters Championship. Who's going to take the time at the end of the day? see, if you've got your programmes open on page 9, that race 1 is heat 1. There will be 4 leg rides, point scoring towards qualification to a semi-final and then ultimately to the big final at the end of the day. It's point scoring all the way through though. I must remind you of that a few times as we go through the afternoon. It's all about consistently scoring. And of course, what makes it interesting very often is that if one rider does get mechanical problems or messes up in any one of his heat rides, he's then got a lot to do in those final rides. So, who's going to take away the 2011 British Masters title? This is going to be decided this afternoon. All the preparation is over. The track looks in absolutely perfect condition. The riders make their way to that start line. Grid positions have already been allocated. If you look in your programme, in brackets you'll find grid 1, Mark Baseby, in grid 2, Tim Nobes. Grid 3, Harland Cook. Andrew Appleton goes in this one in grid 4. Next to him, Mitch Godden. Next to him, Paul Cooper. Tom Perry sits on gate 7. And right on the outside, number 12, Daniel Winterton. So who do we look for first time into that first bend? This is setting the pace for the rest of the riders to follow. A terrific lineup for heat 1. Could so easily have been a lineup for a final at the end of the day. Well, the starting girls move away. The last of the riders come into line. We look to see who can make the best of the first start of the afternoon as we start the 2011 Masters campaign. Started looking to get everybody up to the tapes. Is that problems for one of our riders? Indeed, I can see the red flag being held. It does look as if we've got problems with one of our riders. Now as they all slowly break away from the tapes. Well, I think there was Tim Nobes that was having problems. So the tapes have already got to be repaired. Well, I'm sure situations like this don't add to the nerves that have been building up this morning while they've been practicing. A lot of riders will be pleased to have got out onto the circuit this morning. A very disappointing start to the day for Tim Nobes. Not sure whether he's been able to get that machinery going. So the riders once again make their way to that start line. Well, I think from what I can see, Tim Nobes has got clutch problems, so he's being allowed to start off the racing line. The rest of the riders get underway. Tim now has been indicated that he can join them, so he's got a lot of ground to make up on the rest of the riders, as Tom Perry is the rider that makes it into that first corner. Andrew Appleton goes through on the inside though and quickly takes over the lead as they break going down that back straight. Andrew Appleton is at lead. Tom Perry, the early lead, I can see in third place, again under pressure coming into that pit turn, but it is Andrew Appleton that's setting the pace. Closest to him and chasing after him, rider number 1, Tom Perry. Gaps are starting to open as Andrew Appleton has opened his campaign in a very determined tone. Comes down past me for the second time. He's got an excellent line coming off that pit turn. Well, I thought I was getting confused there. We've got 2 number 1s out there. Oh, they're telling me one's a struggle. Harland Cook with first opening race for the 2011 Masters, all about the start for Andrew Appleton. Well, Tom Perry coming under pressure now from Mark Baseby. Oh, problems with Mark. Is it problems with Mark Baseby on that bottom turn? He pulls up. Looks to the line to get past him safely. But the first checker flag this afternoon in the 2011 Masters goes to number 4, Andrew Appleton. Follow him in second by number 7, Harland Cook. Number 1, Tom Perry. Number 11, Paul Cooper. So a terrific start for the very tipped Andrew Appleton. So race 1 then, heat 1 of the first leg rides and a win. Very, very convincing style for number 4, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 7, Harland Cook. In third place, number 1, Tom Perry. Fourth place, number 11, Paul Cooper. Fifth place, number 5, Mark Baseby. No, it isn't. Sorry, fifth place, number 12, Daniel Winterton. Sixth place, number 2, Tim Nobes. And seventh place, number 9, Mitch Godden. The winning time was 129.81. 129.81. That's an average speed of 53.23. So just to confirm, you should have in your programme for race 1, number 4, 7, 1, 11, 12, 2, 9, and a winning time of 129.81. 53.23 they averaged as we prepare for race 2. Couple of changes, no Martin Sturgeon number 15 and no 21 David Howe. If you weren't here earlier on when I mentioned that Martin Sturgeon unfortunately broke a collarbone at Frittenden 4 weeks ago, he's not made a recovery as yet. And number 21 David Howe. Speedway commitments, last night took a tumble and has suffered ligament damage, so couldn't travel down here today. A lot of disappointing. David, of course, travelled all the way down to Cornwall for the qualifier and went through the whole process properly. Won that qualifier down there in Cornwall. Should have been here, but unfortunately hit with injury last night at Speedway. Their place is being taken by Stuart Mears and James Theobald as we get underway, and Glen Phillips has made a very good start. Glen Phillips it is with Richard Hall in pursuit as they go into that bottom turn for the first time. Richard Hall tries to close the gap going up that back straight. Glen Phillips up that back straight, throws it sideways into the top turn, down past me for the second time. Richard Hall still in hot pursuit. Rodney McDonald now moving through into third place, just in front of one of our reserves, number 24, Adam Filmer. So can Rodney McDonald close? Very, very quick indeed as he comes off that top turn. Perhaps this one's going to be about comparing the times to Andrew Appleton. Richard Hall hasn't been able to close that gap. Rodney McDonald still there in third, going quick in that third place. The rest of the ride is getting a little bit spread out, but I'm unsure on that front runner. That is Glen Phillips. Down towards us, he takes the last lap flag. Was British Masters champion in 2007, Glen Phillips. Was third in 2008. So I'm sure he'd love to get back on that rostrum once again. And be prepared. A good first ride for Glen Phillips this afternoon. It'll be interesting to see what sort of time he puts up as he looks over his shoulder. Takes the checkered flag. Richard Hall finishing in second. Rodney McDonald crosses the line in third. Two riders going very, very wide. Number 24, Adam Filmer, finishing. So, race 2 in your programme, won by rider number 42, that's Glen Phillips. In second place, number 30, Richard Hall. In third place, number 14, that's Rodney McDonald. Fourth place, number 24, Adam Filmer. Fifth place, number 54, Simon Phillips. Sixth place, number 19, Dave Mears. And seventh place, number 41, Stuart Mears. The winning time was 130.59. 130.59. That average is 52.77. So not quite as quick as Andrew Appleton, but of course close enough. 130.59, 52.77. It's early days, but you should have had for race 2, 42, 30, 14, 24, 54, 19 and 41. We stay with the solos and we move to heat 3. race 3 as the starting girls move away from that start lineup. You see in action on grid 1, Jamie Rodgers. Next to him we've got Croswell, Dean Hillier. Josh Dingle goes for the first time. As they fly down past me, it is Charlie Saunders that has made the break. Lewis Denham is right there with him though. Those two get into that first corner away from the rest of the field. But it is Charlie Saunders, head down, goes up that back straight. Goes into that turn for the first time. What sort of line will they have coming out of that top turn? Well, Lewis Denham had a much better line and he's got a lot closer to Charlie Saunders. No discount number 71, Jamie Rodgers. He's not out of contention, sitting at third place. Lewis Denham tries again up the inside and just gets the lead into that top end. Charlie Saunders watching Lewis Denham go away. Can he get back with him? Goes very wide. He's now got Jamie Rodgers to deal with as well, as Jamie Rodgers has got close to Charlie Saunders. And Jamie Rodgers moves into second place. Charlie Saunders tries to respond, but while those two are battling, Lewis Denham is getting away. Champion in 2009. Sideways, gets a good line down this finishing straight. Jamie Rodgers trying to close the gap. He's moved away from Charlie Saunders and he looks to be closing down on Lewis Denham. But as they've seen the last lap flag, it's a tall order. On Lewis in that top turn, as Lewis looks to be in control, and the checkered flag will stay ready for him. So first time out this afternoon, a win for Lewis Denham. Jamie Rodgers in second place, Charlie Saunders in third. We then wait for the rest of the field as number 87, Dean Hillier, finishes in fourth place. So race 3 then, a win for number 81 in terrific style for Lewis Denham. In second place, number 71, Jamie Rodgers, had to work hard for that second place. Third place, the early leader, number 25, Charlie Saunders. In fourth place, number 87, Dean Hillier. In fifth place, number 117, Josh Dingle. Sixth place, number 200, Scott Creswell. And seventh place, number 26, and that's our reserve coming in, James Theobald. Eighth place there to number 111, Dyford Evans. The winning time was 1:31.39, 52.31 was the average speed. So, completing race 3, you should have had 81, 71, 25, 87, 117, 226, 111, a winning time of 1:31.39, 52.31. So that completes the first leg rides for the 500 Solo Masters competition. We now move to the far side of the field where the start girls are making their way over to the sidecar start for race 4 in the programme, heat 1 of the first leg of the sidecars. And as I mentioned earlier, at the moment we don't know of any changes whatsoever in the lineup for the sidecars, except to say that Gareth Bemister rides for number 7, Paul Johnson. And while Paul's riding in this one, I ought to say really that if you didn't hear me earlier on, it was a big congratulations to Charlotte John O'Johnson and Paul's daughter, who was 12 yesterday. A big happy birthday from lots of the Grasstrack world. Sidecars this afternoon. Race 4 in your programme, and we see out for the first time number 2, Steve Smith on gate 1. What can you make of that? A previous winner of the British Masters. Starter not happy with that one. I can see the red flags have gone up. Smith that has made the break. Down that first straight, I can see that there's 2 riders. Pick them up for you as they come round past me. Paul Johnson, I can see moving through into that 3rd place. He's been forced to go wide on that first bend, but the early lead is with Andy Gribble as he comes past me. And Neal Owen is up there in 2nd. Paul Johnson in 3rd at the moment. Steve Smith trying to work his way through there, and Steve Smith dives into that 3rd place. So Andy Gribble getting away with Neal Owen. Force the gap as he goes into this bottom turn. So Steve Smith doing it the hard way. He did make the start this time as he works hard on the back wheel of Neal Owen and forces his way through. Andy Gribble to close down now. The early leader, Andy Gribble, still looking to hold on to it as Steve Smith gets closer and closer, coming off that pit bend down the back straight. This is where and forces his way into that bottom turn, but Steve Smith is looking to hold a tight exit coming out of that bottom turn. Andy Gribble responds. Well, there's a great battle going on at that right at the head of the field, as Andy Gribble knows any inch he gives Steve Smith is going to pounce as they go down that back straight. This time, on the inside, keeping the speed on. First Andy Gribble to go very, very wide. Andy Gribble responds, tucks back in, tries to get a tight exit as he leaves that bottom turn, but Steve Smith is quick enough and takes the checkered flag. So a terrific start to the day for the 1000cc sidecars. The early lead with Andy Gribble, but Steve Smith worked his way through, and he's got the result. So race 4, a terrific start to the 1000cc sidecar competition as we see first win, first time out for number 2, Steve Smith and Dave Hogan. In 2nd place, number 3, Andy Gribble and Ben Schofield. In 3rd place, number 12, Neal Owen and Wayne Rickard. In 4th place, number 11, James and Dave Goudge. In 5th place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Gareth Bemister. In 6th place, number 9, Miles Simmons and Nicky Owen. And the winning time was 1:30.90. 1:30.90, 46.41 they averaged. So you should have had for race 4, 2, 3, 12, 11, 7, 9. 1:30.90, 46.41 they averaged. So the start girls once again get themselves up to that sidecar start line as we move to race 5. It's heat 2 of the first leg rides, and a chance to see in action for the first time this afternoon Rob Wilson and Terry Saunters. Well, we know that they've gone very quickly in the past on this circuit, but they've got up against them in grid 2 Simon Hill, in grid 3 Rod Winterburn, in grid 4 number 26 is Joe Truitt. Previous Masters winner number 25 Colin Blackbourn, and last year's winner number 37 Mark Cossar is right on the outside as they get underway, looking to see who's it's Rob Wilson that's made that start. Oh, that's Rod Winterburn certainly in 2nd, and Mark Cossar gets very, very close to Rod Winterburn, and Rod Winterburn's gone through on the inside and gets himself to the front. Now he looked extremely quick in practice as Mark Cossar now tries to move his way through. He's got in front of Rob Wilson, who's right on the back wheel of Rod Winterburn. Those two together as they come out of that top end. Mark Cossar trying to but Rod Winterburn is quick. into that bottom turn he goes, and Rod Winterburn still holds that lead. Mark Cossar working hard on that front wheel, trying to get some tight lines out of that bottom turn. Crosses over. Will he go wide on that top turn? He's going to follow him in. He's going to look for a way through on the inside. Rod Winterburn can't afford to make any mistakes as again it gets very very quick in practice, proving to be perhaps an outfit that's going to be in contention this afternoon as they take the last lap flag. Mark Cossar is there and thereabouts, but he's lost a little bit of ground as he almost looks content to be sitting there in second place. We've got one more corner to go. Mark Cossar will be time, and Rod Winterburn is up to that. Rod Winterburn locks it up, and Mark Cossar comes through and takes that win as he sees the checkered flag. He can't believe his luck. He shakes his head as he goes across the line. Liam Brown shakes his head the opposite way, very disappointed. How did they manage to lock that up in that last turn? Well, they're looking down at machinery. I wonder if it was a puncher or was problems. I can't see from where I am, but they certainly have both jumped off the outfit. Very, very annoyed with that one by the look of it. So even though they had all that scrapping going on as the race developed, it's still a very quick time. A win for last year's Masters winners, and of course is number 37, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Number 37 it is that goes in first place, followed home in second by the leaders for so long in that one, number 48, Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown. In third place, number 24, the very early leader, number 24 is Rob Wilson and Terry Saunters. In fourth place, number 25, Colin Blackbourn and Carl Pugh. In fifth place, number 16, Simon Hill and Terry Madley. Sixth place, number 26, Joe Truin and Duncan Patton. 128.51 was the winning time, 128.51. 47.67 they averaged, 47.67. So you should have had for race 5, 37, 48, 24, 25, 16, 26, a time of 128.51, 47.67. Well, indeed, I've just been on the radio to see if anybody knows what happened to Rod Winterburn, and I can confirm that it was a back wheel puncture. As he went into that bend, the tyre decided to jump off the rim, so extremely well done to Rod Winterburn for hanging on to that machine. As it went sideways, you can see exactly the reason why. The marshals on that bottom turn have confirmed that it was a blowout, so they've done well to get round that bottom turn and get to the finishing line. So not disastrous. They've scored good points in second place, so we're going to see them again later on this afternoon. But we now turn our attention to race 6, heat 3 of these first leg rides. And all these guys have been sitting in the pits watching what's been happening before them. What can they do in race 3? Race 6, I should say. Third heat of the Sidecars. We've got problems with one of the outlets. That looks like Rob Bradley's got away. Richard Thomas in second to him as he goes into that first turn. I think that's Paul Whiteland that is fighting his way around the outside of Richard Thomas. And as they break up coming towards me, it is Rob Bradley that's got away. Richard Thomas on the inside, Paul Whiteland on the outside. Paul Whiteland now nudging his way into second place, but Richard Thomas responds. Richard Thomas stays there in second place, drives out of that top turn, but look at Paul Whiteland on the outside of him. All the time, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson has got away. Rob Bradley, of course, British Masters champion in 2008 in this 1000cc sidecar class, looks to be in determined form once again. Paul Whiteland moving away now from Richard Thomas in that second and third place. Can he close the gap on Rob Bradley? Rob Bradley knows this. Make sure it's in tip-top condition for this afternoon's event. Gets an excellent line coming off that bottom turn, drives towards the last lap flag. Paul Whiteland tries to respond, but he's certainly travelling quick enough, but he's not closing that gap on the early leader, Rob Bradley. Lost on that, well, I'm being told it was Gareth and Nathan Winterburn that didn't make the start. Well, a good start of the afternoon though for number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. They get a win first time out. So race 6 then, the last of the first leg rides for both classes. A win, a great start to the afternoon for outfit number 87, Rob Bradley and Shaun Simpson. In second place, number 92 is Paul Whitelum and Alan Elliott. In third place, number 60, Richard Thomas and Jason Barry. Fourth place, number 57, Clive Stoneman and Roland Broomfield. Sixth place, number 306, Mark Warren and Bradley Steer. No sixth finisher there. The winning time was 129.91, 46.93 the average speed. So completing page 9, you should have had for race 6, 87, 92, 60, 57, 306, and a winning time of 129.91, 46.93. As we go over the page, and as the starters and the starting girls move over to the solo start line, we look through the lineup for race 7. Now, we had wins for Andrew Appleton. Where is he? He goes in race 9. We had wins for number 42. No, 42, I see Glen Phillips is in heat 5, race 8. And 81, Lewis Denham is in heat 6, race 9. So, no previous heat winners going in race 7. Paul Cooper had a 4th place first time out. Replacement for Martin Sturgeon, of course, is number 41, Stuart Mears. Richard Hall had a 2nd first time out. He goes in gate 7. And Tom Perry, number 1, had a 3rd first time out. So those two looking to improve on their rides. Chris Mills replaced by number 26, James Theobald. The second leg rides with heat 4 of the 500 solo masters competition as they get underway. Who's made the best of the starts as they come down past me? It looks like it is Tom Perry. Paul Cooper goes after him as they go into that first turn. Paul Cooper slightly wide. Is he going to take a wider exit out of that bottom turn? No, indeed, he slows coming out of that turn. Tom Perry slows up on Paul Cooper. Tom Perry looks to be capitalising on this one as he comes off that top turn, leading from Paul Cooper in 2nd. This battle for 2nd place, indeed, for 3rd place is being led by number 30, Richard Hall. He's certainly trying to close that gap. He's a good ride for the youngster Tom Perry as he comes off that top turn, has time to look over his shoulder and see where the rest of the field are. Richard Hall certainly in that 3rd place is closing on Paul Cooper as the race develops. And problems for one of our no such problems for Tom Perry as he looks to be very comfortable. Again looks over his shoulder. Now, is there going to be a change in that 2nd place? Richard Hall is getting closer and closer all the time as Paul Cooper must now be hearing him in by his back wheel, and Richard Hall moves through. So Richard Hall takes over to get 2nd place. Paul Cooper tries to respond. Checkered flag being made ready. Tom Perry looks at it, sees it, takes it as Richard Hall gets that 2nd place. Paul Cooper in 3rd. Leading the rest of the field, number 54, Simon Phillips gets 4th place. So race 7 then, the first of the second leg rides, and we start of course with the 500 Masters, and a win to add to his third place first time out for number 1, Tom Perry. In second place, number 30, Richard Hall. In third place, number 11, Paul Cooper. Fourth place, number 54, Simon Phillips. Fifth place, number 87, Dean Hillier. Sixth place, number 26. And seventh place, number 41. The winning time was 1:32.85, 1:32.85, 51.49 they averaged, 51.49. So you should have had for race 7, number 1, 30, 11, 54, 87, 26, 41. A time of 1:32.85, 51.49. Girls have moved away, but I don't see the tape pulled down yet, so we're perhaps missing one or two riders. There's a few gaps on that start line at the moment. An interesting racing prospect as we see in race 8 that Glen Phillips goes for the second time. He had a win first time out. He's up against Jamie Rodgers, who had a second place first time out. He'll be looking to improve on that. Looks happy, he's got the completed field on the start line. Starter moves away, tapes go off, and we get underway with race 8 in your programme. Second time out for Glen Phillips, and he makes the start. He's got Jamie Rodgers in close contention as he goes into that first turn, but it is Glen Phillips who's made the best of that start and gets round that first turn and leads going up the back straight. So rider moving through in third place. I think that's Tim Nobes perhaps who's getting into third place, but no question about Glen Phillips getting away. It is Tim Nobes that's moved up into third place in front of Harland Cook, and I just wonder if anybody can close on Glen Phillips. Jamie Rodgers picked up. His body is breaking as he goes into that pit bend for the second time. Glen Phillips looking very much in control. Jamie Rodgers still there in second. Remember, this is point scoring all through the afternoon, so the better you can stay up to the front of the field ride, the point scoring going to be overall as they go into the last lap in race 8. Glen Phillips, who's led from the start. Now Jamie Rodgers is looking down at machinery. He slows coming past us. It looks like he's hit problems. So Harland Cook moves up in the second place, and we've lost Tim Nobes somewhere as well. Well, I can't see Tim Nobes around the circuit. It means that Harland Cook has moved up into second. I'm being told we've lost Scott Creswell as well, so they perhaps have disappeared straight back into the pits. But let's not take it away from Glen Phillips. That's 2 rides and 2 wins for number 42, Glen Phillips. That's certainly a disappointing sight to see. That I can see on the far side of the circuit, Tim Nobes is pushing machinery back to the pits, or shall I say his mechanic is, And right in the centre of the circuit, Jamie Rodgers, also waiting for his mechanic to push his machinery back to the pits. So two very strong contenders not scoring in race 8. So a very, very depleted field getting across the finishing line. As let's not take it away though from Glen Phillips, making it 2 out of 2. In first place in race 8, number 42. In second place, number 7, Harland Cook. In third place, number 19, Dave Mears. In fourth place, number 12, Daniel Winterton. In fifth place, number 111, David Evans. No other finisher. The winning time was 131.37, 131.37, 52.32, Glen averaged. So 42, 7, 19, 12 and 111, 131.37, 52.32. As we look to the riders for race 9, well, we've certainly got the first big clash of the afternoon, because Andrew Appleton goes in this one. He's on grid 1. On grid 5 we've got Lewis Denham. Both of them had wins first time out. They've seen Glen Phillips make it 2 out of 2. Which one of these two is going to match them, or is somebody else going to do the spoiling? Number 14, Rodney McDonald, had a third place first time out. Number 9, Mitch Godden, had a disappointing ride. He'll be wanting to do better this time, as number 25, you might remember, finished in third place first time out, but had a terrific start and led his first ride. Second leg rides, they get underway. Who's made the best of the starts? Well, I can see that Andrew Appleton has. Lewis Denham is right there with him though. Rodney McDonald on the outside of those two, Mitch Godden on the inside, and Rodney McDonald goes round the outside. Has he got up in the second? Has he done enough? No, Lewis gets himself back into that second place, and while all that battling's going on in second and third, the early leader, Andrew Appleton, has got away. Can he match Glen Phillips and make it 2 out of 2? Lewis Denham still there in second, Rodney McDonald in third, Mitch Godden in fourth, Charlie Saunders in fifth at the moment. Closing up on the back wheel of Mitch Godden, those two very close in that fourth and fifth place. And all eyes are on the early leader, who's now opening up a bit of a gap. Number 4, Andrew Appleton, had a win first time out. Well, as those two get away in the front, really all the action is in that 4th and 5th place, as Charlie Saunders has been forced to go wide on that bonnet. Mitch Godden responds though, he's taking drive going up the back straight. I think it's forced Mitch Godden to close perhaps a little bit on Rodney McDonald. One more lap to go for Andrew Appleton to make it 2 out of 2. My focus has turned onto that 4th and 5th place, because Charlie Saunders is attacking every way he can to try and get that 4th place from Mitch Godden. Forcing Mitch to respond, the captain closing on Rodney McDonald, but the checker flag is made ready, and Andrew Appleton makes it 2 out of 2. Lewis Denham gets a second place, and Rodney McDonald in third. Just waiting for official confirmation of the time there. Race 9 was a win for number 4, making it 2 out of 2, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 81, Lewis Denham. In third place, number 14, Rodney McDonald. In fourth place, number 9, Mitch Godden. In fifth place, number 25, Charlie Saunders. Sixth place, number 117, Josh Dingle. And seventh place, number 24, Adam Filmer. The winning time was 130.34, 130.34, 52.92 the average speed, 52.92. So for race 9 in your programme, you should have had 4, 81, 14, 9, 25, 117 and 24, 130.34, 52.92. That concludes the second leg rides for the solo competition. We now turn our attention back to the sidecars, because we move to leg 2 of the sidecar competition, and remind you that in the first leg rides we had wins for number 2, Steve Smith. He goes in race 11. Number 37, Mark Cossar, he goes in race 12. And number 87, Rod Bradley, he goes in race. Joining him, Richard Hall also went down to Lariol and he qualified. So they'll both be riding. We don't know what other riders are going to be there because the other two semi-finals, yes, this is motor racing, we can have 3 semi-finals. Why, I really don't know, but there we are. Just to spread it around all the different countries in Europe. And we still might have more qualifiers. The qualifiers 2 and 3 are being held the back end of next week, so that's Friday night and Saturday. So we'll know by the beginning of the following week who exactly will be at that European, but I can assure you it's some of the quickest riders in Europe, and it's going to be a fantastic weekend of racing. Phillips and Peter is the venue, near Skegness. Yes, it seems a long way from this part of the world, but believe me, it's worth it. A superb lineup, and as I mentioned, the added incentive on the Saturday, not just the European practice, which is very controlled, we've also got qualifications for the Poacher Sidecar competition. But for the moment, we can turn our attention back to the 2011 Masters as we've got the Sidecars out for the second time. Race 10 in your programme, they get underway. Has Rod Madley made it? I think he has on the outside. As well, those two together as they go into that first turn. Rod Bradley has just about made the best of it as he gets into the middle of the bend. Rod Winterburn trying to hold it tight, looking for a tight exit, and he's got through on the inside of Rod Bradley. Those two together as they go into this top bend. Rod Bradley tries to shut the door and just about manages to do it as he shuts out Rod Winterburn. So Rod Winterburn has to try again, goes down that can he get this? Can he come through on the inside? He's elected to go on the inside. Rod Bradley must know he's there. He knows he's got to keep it tight on the exit. But Rod Winterburn looks for a way through. Those two have got away from the rest of the field. It is a 2-horse race. As you can see in third place leading the rest of the field is Clyde Stoneman, but I'm sure the attention are on those front two. Winterburn is down to the outside. He's taken the gamble. He's gone the long way round. Can he make it all the way around the outside? Yes, he can. Rod Winterburn gets himself to the front, all the way around, the long way around the outside. Rod Bradley's now got to find something to respond with, as he knows he's now got the fight arm as Rod Winterburn can choose. As he comes towards us with a checker flag, it's going to be first win of the afternoon for the very quick Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown. Rod Bradley sees his win taken away from him, so he's had a win and a second place. So Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown once again showing themselves as strong contenders for this 2011 Masters. So a terrific ride once again from the outfit number 48, Rod Winterburn and Liam Brown. They take the win, but they certainly had to work for it. In second place, number 87, that's Rod Bradley and Shaun Simpson. In third place, number 12, Neal Owen and Wayne Rickard. In fifth place, number 7, Paul Johnson and Gareth Bemister. In sixth place, number 16, Simon Hill and Terry Madley. The winning time was 127.36, 127.36, 48.30 they averaged, 48.30. So the outfits that have been sitting in the pit box watching race 10 now come out for race 11. We see out for the second time Miles Simmons and Nicky Owen. Disastrous start to the competition for them. They know they've got to improve. Number 2, Steve Smith sitting in gate 2. They had a win first time out. Number 25, Colin Blackbourn, previous Masters winner. He had a 4th place first time out. And number 49, Gareth and Nathan Winterburn. They're in grid 6. Disastrous start of the afternoon. They have mechanical problems and they didn't even get out of the gate in their first ride. So they need to do something in this one. So looking on that inside gate, you've got Miles Simmons right on the inside of Steve Smith. Start a happy note, got one more outfit to come in line. Starter moves away, tape goes up and we get underway. Steve Smith has made a good run, he lifts slightly which loses him. Going into that first turn, I can see Smith has dropped into that second place. Pick up for you the leader as they come round off that bottom turn. It is Colin Blackbourn that's made the break. Colin Blackbourn has got away. Gareth Winterburn fighting for that second place. Steve Smith gets the inside line going into that pit turn and holds that second. Forces Gareth Winterburn to go wide if he's going to get this race. He's going to try it. He goes wide. And both of them in fact close up on the early leader, Colin Blackbourn. But Colin responds and gets a good line coming out of that bottom turn, drives up this finishing straight. Steve Smith has now got to fight to get his second place back as Gareth Winterburn looks to go through and indeed takes over the lead. Gareth Winterburn has got to the front. Colin Blackbourn is now wide. The platform on the inside for Gareth Winterburn. He closes right up on Colin Blackbourn in that bottom turn. Can he hold it tighter? No, he's got to sit behind him and follow him up this finishing straight. One more lap to go. Can Gareth Winterburn take the lead from the early leader Colin Blackbourn? Forced to go wide again. Well, he'll try and get himself straight and in line. Steve Smith now responds. Steve Smith and Gareth Winterburn. The two of them close on Colin Blackbourn as they move into this last turn. Who's going to get it as they come to the line? Gareth Winterburn has gone wide, but Colin Blackbourn just hangs on. Well, that was certainly close on the line. Gareth Winterburn forced to go the long way round. And well, that was very, very close. Well, that was a very, very close one. We had a disagreement here in the box, but the decision has been made by the two people that are sitting directly in line with the finishing line, and I can give you the official result of race 11. It's a win for number 25, Colin Blackbourn and Carl Pugh. By the closest of margins, in second place, number 49, Gareth and Nathan Winterburn. In third place, number 2, Steve Smith and Dave Hogan. In fourth place, number 9, Miles Simmons and Nicky Owen. In fifth place, number 26, Joe Truan and Duncan Patton. In sixth place, number 306, Mark Warren and Bradley Steer. The winning time was 1:31.35, 46.19, 46.19 the average speed. You should have had then for race 11, heat 5, 25, 49, 2, 9, 26, 306 and a winning time of 1:31.35. 46.19 was the average speed. We now move to race 12 and I can see the outfits have already made their way over to that start line. We see on grid 1, Andy Gribble and Ben Schofield. Terrific start in their first ride. They finished second by the time it got to the finishing tapes. Last year's British Masters champion Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe go from grade 2. Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott, they go from gate 4. They had a second first time out. What can Ron Wilson, Richard Thomas, James and Dave Goudge do about it? So they get underway and they go down that back straight. And 3 outfits together as they get into that first turn as they come round that bottom turn. Who's made the best of it as we got 4 outfits together coming off that bottom turn? It's Rod Wilson has made the break. Mark Cossar moves up in the second. Andy Gribble is sitting there in third. Paul Whitelam wants that third place and Paul Whitelam moves through into third. Now Mark Cossar is looking to get the lead from Rod Wilson as the two are together going down that British Masters champion moves into the front place to make it attempt on 2 out of 2 from his first 2 rides. He comes off that bottom turn and comes towards us. Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe leading from Rod Wilson. In third place, Paul Whitelam has moved through. And the gap is starting to open up as we've got 3 outfits fighting it out for that really opened up a gap now and looks to be very much in control. Last lap flag is being made ready for him. Can he make it 2 out of 2? He has time to look over his shoulder. He knows there's competition, but how near is it? He keeps the speed on. But I can see he's elected to go for a slightly wider line. He's making a bigger circuit of things. Closing all the time. But the checkered flag is made ready and Mark Cossar makes it 2 out of 2. He started the 2011 campaign well. Rod Wilson gets second, Paul Whitelam gets third, and the Goudge brothers finish in 4th. So, race 12, heat 6, and completing the second leg rides for both solo and sidecar. The official result, a win, second time out for number 37, Mark Cossar and Carl Blythe. Second place, number 24, Rod Wilson and Terry Saunters. In third place, number 92, Paul Whitelam and Alan Elliott. In fourth place, number 11, James and Dave Goudge. Fifth place, number 60, Richard Thomas, Jason Barry. Sixth place, number 3, Andy Gribble, Ben Schofield. The winning time was 127.33, 127.33, 48.31. That's the average speed. The winning time, 127.33. You should have had, for race 12, heat 6 of the sidecar competition, the last of the second leg rides, 37, 24, 92, 11, 60 and 3, 127.33, 48.31. So as we go through the programme, past all those fantastic photographs of last year's winners, of course both of them competing this afternoon, past the adverts, past that fantastic centre spread of the Masters last year at Rhodes Menace, and previous winners in '89, Steve Jurson and Dave Ward. They're normally around the circuits. As we now turn our attention to leg 3, we've moved through legs 1 and 2. The solo competition we turn our attention back to, and I can tell you we've got 2 riders leading the competition. They are number 4, Andrew Appleton, and number 42, Glen Phillips. Well, they don't meet in leg 3. Andrew Appleton goes in race 15, Glen Phillips goes in race 14. Jamie Rodgers is third overall on points at the moment, number 81. No, I apologise, number 81 of course is Lewis Denham. He goes in heat 9, race 15. Number 1, Tom Perry, we see this heat. He's in heat 7, race 13. Tom Perry's on 15 points from 2 rides, sitting in 4th place overall in the competition. So, can anybody stop Tom Perry? Mitch Godden, Dave Mears, Simon Phillips, Scott Creswell, Harland Cook, Roger McDonald, Josh Dingle. Get underway. Who's made the best of those starts? I don't think it's Tom Perry. It's Mitch Godden and Harland Cook that go together into that first turn. Rodney McDonald is there as well. Oh, Tom Perry is back in 4th place at the moment. Mitch Godden is sitting in 2nd. He's lost to Harland Cook in that pit bend for the first time. Rodney McDonald on the outside of Mitch Godden trying to get through into that 2nd place. Harland Cook looks over his shoulder. He can hear everybody close to him. Tom Perry, now isolated in that 4th place, can see what's going on ahead of him. Can he respond? Can he do anything about it? As Harland Cook gets away, Roger McDonald has got on 2nd place from Mitch Godden. Perry is now closing up though on Mitch Godden as they come off that pit bend for the 2nd time. Harland Cook with a good lead at the moment. Rodney McDonald desperately trying to close. Oh, there's a few that tipped Rodney to do well this afternoon. They said he'd been going well at other club meetings. Not slouchy, but Tom Perry now trying to look and respond. Tom Perry gets himself into 3rd place. Harland Cook again looks over his shoulder. He's gone wide coming out of that pit turn. Rodney McDonald closing the gap slightly. Tom Perry now looking to perhaps go for that 2nd place. I just wonder if he's left it a bit too late. He's going up the back straight very quickly and quick into that last turn. There's a checker flag is made ready. Harland Cook gets his first win of the afternoon. Rodney McDonald takes 2nd and Tom Perry has to be content with 3rd. Mitch Godden in 4th. So race 13, we start the 3rd leg rides and a win for number 7, Harland Cook. His first win of the afternoon, followed home in 2nd by number 14, Rodney McDonald. In 3rd place, number 1, Tom Perry. In 4th place, number 9, Mitch Godden. In 5th place, number 19, Dave Mears. In 6th place, number 117, Josh Dingle. And 7th place, number 54, Simon Phillips. 8th place was 200, Scott Croswell. And the winning time was 132.78. 132.78. 51.53, the average speed. 7, 14, 1, 9, 19, 117, 54, 200, 132.78, 51.53. starter moves away. We're looking perhaps for Glen Phillips to make it 3 out of 3 as they get underway. Has he made the start? They come down past me, and it is Glen Phillips that made the start. Jamie Rodgers goes into second place, of course missed out on scoring points in his second ride, but Glen Phillips looks to have made that first corner very much his, and he's drives into the pit bend. Very, very quick indeed. Jamie Rodgers is still sitting there in that third place, but now Tim Nobes has come through, and Tim Nobes had a good pit bend and got himself up into second place. There's problems on the top of the circuit. We've got yellow flags. Indeed, I can see a red flag on that stop zone. We've got a forward rider on the outside of the circuit. So disappointment for Glen Phillips as he's now got to do it all again. Disappointment for Glen Phillips, who was comfortably leading that one. Jamie Rodgers and Tim Nobes trying to close him down, but obviously in the interest of safety, the fallen rider on the outside of the circuit, we understand, was number 24 Adam Filmer, who comes in place of David Howe. One rider pushing his way back to the pits, that's Dyford Evans. So not going in this one, the starter moves away, the rest get underway. Andrew Appleton has made a very good start as he comes down past me, he edges the lead from number 30 Richard Hall, who sits there in second place. That's how they go into the first turn. Andrew Appleton with the lead, Richard Hall is second, has got to do the chasing. Up the back straight they go. Andrew Appleton heads down into this pit bend, lines himself up nicely. You watch him come out of this top bend, he's got a terrific line coming out of that top bend. Gets himself in line very quickly for the finishing straight. Richard Hall with no answer to him at the moment. Paul Cooper closing on Richard Hall slightly. Sitting in that third place, Paul Cooper. Can he make second? That's where the change might come. I'm sure Richard Hall won't want it to happen. He's watching Andrew Appleton going on ahead of him. He'll look to get an excellent line coming out of that pit bend. Paul Cooper still there in third place. Lewis Denham, who had a good ride earlier on this afternoon, is sitting in fourth. So he's certainly been consistently scoring much again. Andrew Appleton at the moment, it looks to be an absolutely tremendous form this afternoon. One more lap to go to make it 3 out of 3. I've mentioned to you earlier that we've got the European Solo Final in the UK this year. That's on the 28th of August. Andrew Appleton is a strong contender. He won the semi-final down in Lariol, France. He's looking to take that European title. Of course, there was a lot of overseas competition, but if the checkered flag is being shown to him now, he makes it 3 out of 3. Richard Hall takes second, Paul Cooper in third, Lewis Denham in fourth. This, I remind you, is race 15. So, race 15, I remind you to make sure you put your result in the right place if you're keeping all your results up to date. Don't worry if you're not, we'll keep a line of the scores as they go through and let you know later in the day who's in for a chance of winning. In race 15, we might be seeing one of those that's in with a chance of winning. He's made it 3 out of 3. His third win this afternoon for number 4, Andrew Appleton. In second place, number 30, Richard Hall. In third place, number 11, Paul Cooper. In fourth place, number 81, Lewis Denham. Fifth place goes to number 12, Daniel Winterton. Sixth place, number 26, that's James Theobald. And the winning time, 1:30.23, 1:30.23, 52.98 that average, 52.98. So for race 15, heat 9 of leg 3, he should have had 4, 30, 11, 81,
12.26 and a winning time of 1:30.23, 52.98. So remind you, we now go back to race 14, and the riders making their way to the start line, minus, of course, the cause of the stoppage, number 24, Adam Filmer. Up there at that start line, I can see that Glen Phillips is right on the inside. He's in gate 1. There's a bit of a gap then because there's nobody in gate 2. So he has got plenty of room as they get underway. He lifts slightly, but he's made the best of it. Or has he? Has they come past me? Yes, he has. 3 riders together as they go into that bottom turn for that second place. Jamie Rodgers is one of them. We can see breaking Charlie Saunders is in there as well. Tim Nobes has gone through. Tim Nobes dives into that pit bend, goes very, very wide. Can Glen Phillips respond? Tim Nobes certainly has got quicker and quicker as the afternoon has gone on. Glen Phillips has now got a fight on his hands. Tim Nobes has got the lead with Glen Phillips in second. Jamie Rodgers has put it down. Jamie Rodgers puts it down in third place. He's collected another rider with his machinery as they go into that bottom turn. Oh, we're looking to see if they can clear the track, but the red flag has gone up in the interest of safety, so disappointment for Tim Nobes as Glen Phillips just coast past him in that bottom turn. Oh, Jamie Rodgers was very, very unfortunate. I can see he's up on his feet, but another rider unfortunately collected his machinery. I'm waiting so I can see he's sitting up. I can't quite see who that is at the moment. Well, I'm looking through the binoculars over that far side. I can confirm that it's Mark Baseby that was the second fallen rider. I mentioned to you that Jamie Rodgers was up on his feet and he's making his way back to the pits. Very disappointed not to get a result in this one, I'm sure. And I can see that Mark Baseby is up on his feet as well, so that's certainly good news to see that. Disappointing for both of those riders though as they make their way back to the pits. Now I can see that the start girls have made their way to the start line, the riders are being called into line. Remind you that this is the restart of race 14. Circuit. The roller is on the circuit, red flag goes down, the starters fall in line. So for the third time of asking, we see the start of race 14 in your programme, heat 8 of the solo competition, and Glen Phillips has made a very good start. Charlie Saunders has gone with him. Now where is Tim Nobes? Tim Nobes has missed the start, he's in 4th place at the moment. So will this give chance for Glen Phillips to make it? Out of 3, the same as Andrew Appleton, as Tim Nobes was leading, you remember, before it was stopped. He's now working his way through on the inside of Charlie Saunders and gets up into 2nd. So Tim Nobes with the challenge on, can he close that gap? Has Glen Phillips done enough? He moves up the back straight with quite a margin on that 2nd place, and Tim Nobes is going to find his way through to get into 2nd. Oh, Glen will know he's got the advantage, but he can't let up for a minute as we've lost a rider on that top turn. Well, we've lost a rider on that top turn. He's off the racing circuit. We hope we can keep the race going as we've got Glen Phillips still comfortably leading. Quickly they get to help the Colin rider, and Glen Phillips under yellow flags will come round off that top bend and see the last lap flag. Has he done enough to make it 3 out of 3? Tim Nobes still there in second. Charlie Saunders in third. A very depleted field now in race 14. Third time of asking. As we look across that far side and into the top turn for the last time, the checker flag is being made ready, and Glen Phillips makes it 3 out of 3, but he's done it the hard way. 3 starts. Tim Nobes gets second place, and Charlie Saunders in third. So, race 14, we do eventually get a result. The result reads as a win for number 42, making it 3 out of 3, Glen Phillips. In second place, number 2, Tim Nobes. In third place, number 25, Charlie Saunders. In fourth place, number 41. No other finishers there. The winning time was 1:30.89. 1:30.89. 52.60. 52.60. So very, very comparable times for Glen Phillips and Andrew Appleton. Just had to do it, and I've got to have a quick look and see what happens in the fourth leg rides. If we look at the fourth leg rides, Andrew Appleton goes in race 20. Glen Phillips goes in 19, so they don't actually meet in any of the leg rides.